Early last month, instead of a price drop, the Nintendo Switch got an unexpected price hike. The original Switch went from $299 to $339. The Switch Lite went from $199 to $229, while the Switch OLED jumped from $349 to $399. Even accessories for the Switch 1 have gone up in price. And while the Switch 2 was spared from the price hike for now, its accessories also went up in price by $5 per item. Yikes! I was actually hoping that the Switch 1 would go down in price in order to encourage more people to at least check out this magnificent system. But I'm disappointed that people will now have to pay more money if they missed out on buying this system early ago. This ironically makes the Switch 2 look like a good deal thanks to the jump in cost of the Switch 1. But sadly, it appears Nintendo was not the only company affected by the price hikes. Later that month, Sony announced that the PlayStation 5 would also jump up in price as well. The PlayStation 5 Digital Edition has gone up to $499. The PlayStation 5 Standard is now a whopping $549. As for the PlayStation 5 Pro, be prepared to pay a whopping $749. And that doesn't even come with a disc drive. To add insult to injury, back in May, the Xbox Series systems went up, with the Series S costing $380 and the Series X costing $600. That's a lot of dough for a gaming system. Even gaming handhelds are starting to go up in price. Asus's ROG Ally went from $799 to $899. The Lenovo Legion Go S shot up in spades from $499 to a whopping $759. And while the Steam Deck was able to avoid a price increase for now, supply chain constraints did cause it to result in a shortage back in June of this year. Yes, they are back in stock, but for how long until Valve decides to do a price hike as well? And no matter how much facts I talk about the price increase of various consoles, I feel like I'm only scratching the surface of this problem. And I'm not kidding! What is going on in the world of video games? Never in my life have I seen the price of being a gamer shoot up faster than expected. Budgets have been getting bigger and bigger as the industry evolves. Some games are becoming uninspired because of how horrible they turn out, especially live service titles like Suicide Squad, Killer Justice League, and especially Concord. Even more so, when a game doesn't sell as well as it was supposed to, like $1 billion or more, it ends up hurting the company's bottom line, regardless of reputation. And don't get me started on the tariffs, thank you very much. I'm going to go as far as to say this. For the first time in my lifetime, the recent success of Nintendo, especially the Nintendo Switch 2, may not do much to ease my discomfort in the industry. Not because the cost of Nintendo consoles have gone up, but also because the cost of gaming as a whole has gone up. It's hard to justify the Switch 2 selling more than 6 million systems worldwide, when less and less people can afford video games in general. Hell, as horrible as the Wii U era was, at least people could afford to buy video games during that last decade. To anyone who still has a Switch 1 and can't seem to afford a Switch 2 due to its high costs, here's my advice. Stick with it. Sure, you won't be able to play games like Donkey Kong Bonanza, but considering that there are still plenty of games to choose from for the Switch 1, you should be all set for anything that comes out, which includes the recently released Hollow Knight Silksong. Even some upcoming Switch 2 games like Pokemon Legends ZA, Metroid Prime 4, and Sonic Racing Crossworlds will be available on the Switch 1, and there will always be titles to pick up that you missed out on. Just wait for a sale and you'll be alright. We're about to enter a dark age for video games through many horrible factors, and to be honest, I'm not so sure how we're going to dig ourselves out of this mess. Hell, only time will tell what kind of damage will be caused to the video game industry, especially to Nintendo, and that's regardless of success or failure. Anyway, that's my opinion. What's yours?